Hi, I'm Safwan Izruna from IELTS Writing Prep, and today's lesson is about how to answer each of the 5 question types. In the following video, I'll be talking about how to write introductions for each of the questions. Now, this lesson is very important because most students make mistakes and don't know the focus of each of the questions and how to structure their answers. If you haven't watched the previous video, which was how to identify question types and identify how many parts a question has, make sure you do so first. I put a link in the description for the previous video. Let's start with opinion essays. Now, the first thing that we want to do in the opinion essay is to rephrase the statement that we have in the question. And then we want to state the opinion. Now, stating the opinion is called the thesis statement. The thesis statement is basically the answer to the question. So first we rephrase the statement that they give us before the question, and then we answer the question. So the answer to this question, of course, is going to be an opinion, because they're asking us, what is your opinion? Do you agree or disagree? Is this a positive or negative development? So after we rephrase, we want to answer the question, give them the thesis statement, and then introduce the 2 reasons why we have this opinion. Okay. After we've done that, we want to start a new body paragraph and introduce the first reason, give an explanation of it, and support our opinion. Okay, so why do we have this opinion? And then give an example to clarify this opinion. In the second body paragraph, we want to introduce the second reason. Okay, we want to explain it, and then we want to support this idea. After that, we want to finish off with an example for clarification. Okay. Now, if you're following this structure here, you should at least be looking at a 7 or above. Then for the conclusion, we want to rephrase the answer. Okay. So don't confuse the answer with the rephrase of the statement. This is the answer. When we say our opinion, this is the answer. So we're going to rephrase the answer in the conclusion. Okay, and then we're going to summarize the main points in the body. So if you put some important points here, we want to summarize them in the conclusion. Let's move on to discussion essays. So in discussion essays, we want to do the same thing. We want to rephrase the statement, okay, in the question. Now, the statement in the question is basically looking at 2 opinions, 2 sides of something. That's all we need to do in the introduction, and that is basically our thesis statement here. In body paragraph number 1, we want to introduce opinion number 1, explain it, and we want to support this opinion with some ideas. So we need to argue for opinion number 1 and give an example for clarification. Now please, this is a very important point. Do not state your opinion in the introduction or in the body of the text. This is a discussion essay, and discussion essays only introduce opinions. We present different sides of arguments, and we do not take a side in an opinion essay. Okay. The only place where it's possible to state your opinion is in the conclusion, and really there is no need for that. You will not gain any marks whatsoever for doing that. But if you're missing the word count, and that's the only place that you could really write anything. So I would put an opinion possibly at the end of the conclusion. Now let's take a look at the conclusion itself. So in the conclusion, we rephrase the answer in the introduction, which is presenting both arguments, and summarize the main points in the body. Now we have a discussion and opinion essay. Yeah, so here we need to take a look at two sides of the argument, and we also want to introduce our opinion, and we're going to do this in the introduction, and we're going to present our opinion in the body and also in the conclusion. Okay, now if you did that in the discussion essay, it would just mean that you didn't understand the question, and you won't really get much of a mark for that. But in the discussion and opinion essay, it is necessary. It's an important part of the question itself. Okay, so let's take a look. So in body paragraph number 1, we want to present the opinion number 1. We want to explain it. And then what we want to do is we want to state why we agree with this opinion or why we disagree with it. Okay, always make sure you support your opinions with reasons and clarify them with examples. Now in body paragraph number 2, we want to do exactly the same. Okay, we're going to do exactly the same but with opinion number 2, with the second argument. Okay, and in the conclusion we want to rephrase the answer and summarize the main points in the body. Then we have a situation essay. Situation essays start off introducing a problem and then ask us for causes and solutions. So rephrase the statement in the question, which is a problem that they are introducing, and introduce the main cause and the main solution for this problem. We don't want to be giving details here. That's we do that in the body of the text. So in body paragraph number 1, we want to introduce cause number 1, and cause number 1 we already introduced that within the introduction. So we're going to reintroduce cause number 1, give an explanation and some reasons why we believe that this is a cause, and give an example for clarification. Okay. And also within the first body paragraph, we want to introduce solution number 1. So we have a cause for the problem, and also we have a solution for the problem. And we want to explain reasons why we think it's a solution and clarify that with an example. Now in body paragraph number 2, we're going to repeat the exact same process again. Then within the conclusion, we're going to rephrase our answer within the introduction and summarize the main points. And then we have the two-part essay question. The two-part essay question basically gives us a statement, not a problem or anything, just a statement, and asks us 2 random questions about it. Now we're going to rephrase that statement that's in the question, and we want to introduce a brief answer to both questions. Okay, we don't want to go into any detail here. We'll leave that for the body of the text, and this is so that the introduction doesn't get too long. Okay, body paragraph number 1. We want to answer question number 1, give an explanation for our answer, support this answer, okay, and give an example for clarification. And in body paragraph number 2, we want to do exactly the same. Okay, and this is for answer number 2. And in the conclusion, we want to rephrase the answer in the introduction and summarize the main points in the body of the text. Thanks for watching. Hit like to support the channel, and make sure you click subscribe to follow the next episode, which is about writing introductions for each of the 5 question types. Thank you.